So the time for to open the 2019 annual meeting for the Plymouth Village Water and Sewer District. My name is Quentin Blaine. I'm the current moderator for the district. If I need help, I'll talk to Bob. And I probably will. Do we start by pledging allegiance on these meetings?
Yeah.
Do the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball.
Yes.
How many people here are not registered voters in the water sewer district? Okay, the lineup. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Support this. The rules by which I'm going to run the meeting are in the town report starting at page 106. They're the usual rules that I've had as a moderator and Bob has used now as a moderator. And everybody's registered, who's a voter, has registered with the supervisors, I hope. The first thing on the ballot was Article 1 was the election of one commissioner and election for moderator for the coming years. And the election results were for the commissioner, it was Paul Sansucci, who received 147 out of 173 votes. There were a scatter of write-in votes of one or two. I guess Chris Woods and Marilise O'Connor each got one, and a few others. So I declare that Paul's duly elected as a commissioner. And for moderator, Quentin Blaine got 167 votes out of 173. There was I think there was one write-in vote from Marilise O'Connor. I don't know if there was any other write-ins for moderator. So I declare that yours truly, me, Quentin Blaine, is duly elected as moderator.
Who's he?
I'll tell you when I find out, Dave. I've been trying to figure that out for almost 69 years.
Existential question.
Yes. And we could delve into that, but probably not at this meeting. So we'll get straight to the warrant. And Article 1 was the election. So Article 2 is the deposit into the sewer capital reserve. And it's to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate from the district's sewer fund, income from departments, the sum of $200,000 to be placed in the previously established sewer capital reserve fund under provisions of RSA 31:19-A as follows. Pump station improvements, $200,000. This sum to come from income from departments and not from taxation, or if the income from departments is insufficient, funds will come from fund balance to the extent available. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion on Article 2?
Is this
David,
for a specific pump station, or is it for any of the pump stations?
who wants to answer that? Yeah?
I can answer it if you
Okay,
want. It's
go ahead.
the capital reserve account is for any pump station.
Okay.
Is there any other discussion? This brings us to a vote. All those in favor of Article 2, deposit into sewer capital reserve, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Article 2 passes. Article 3, to deposit into the water capital reserve, to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate from the district's water fund income from departments the sum of $200,000 to be placed in the previously established water capital reserve funds under provisions of RSA 31:19-A as follows. Water source acquisition, exploration and development, $100,000. Storage tank clean and inspect, $50,000. Water main construction and reconstruction, $50,000. This sum to come from income from departments and not from taxation, or if the income from departments is insufficient, funds will come from fund balance to the extent available.
So
Article 3's been moved and seconded. Is there discussion on Article 3? Seeing none, we'll bring it to a vote. All those in favor of Article 3 to to deposit into water capital reserve signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Article 3 passes. Article 4, to establish contingency fund. To see if the district will vote to establish a $20,000 contingency fund for the current year for unanticipated expenses that may arise, and further, to raise and appropriate $10,000 for water and to appropriate $10,000 for sewer. This sum to come from income from water and sewer departments and not from taxation nor fund balance. Any appropriation remaining will lapse to the water and sewer funds respectively. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Article 4 has been moved and seconded. Is there discussion on Article 4? Hearing none, we'll bring it to a vote. All those in favor of Article 4 to establish a contingency fund signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Article 4 passes. Article 5, change the name of a capital reserve account. To see if the district will vote to change the purpose of the existing sewer line relocation capital reserve account to the sewer line relocation, replace, and repair capital reserve account. Furthermore, to name the commissioners as agents to expend from the fund. The commissioners recommend this article.
So moved.
And it's a 2/3 voice.
Okay,
It's gotta be counted,
okay, it's got to be a standing count,
standard.
or if it's unanimous, it's... It's been moved, is there a second?
We need the number of people who vote yes and no.
Okay. Is there discussion?
Yeah,
David?
what's the difference in the name?
I don't mind taking that question, if everybody's happy with that. Right now, it's just sewer line relocation, and we've expanded the name to be more flexible. So we're either relocating, we're replacing, or we're gonna repair a line.
Okay.
All in one account. And not to jump ahead, but the next article, if that is discontinued, the new name for this one, the relocation, replace, and repair, will assume those other activities. But we need a 2/3 voice vote on this.
Okay, well, I think we'll do it by, when we're ready to take the vote, we'll do it by a 2/3 hand raised. How's that? And we can get a count. Mel
Yeah,
was
yeah.
saying she wants to get the count. So is there further discussion on Article 5? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Brian, do tell, is there a specific reason, like, in mind why this might be changed, or?
Well, only just what I said, the relocation is specific. And with capital reserve accounts, you must spend the money for that purpose,
Right.
as you probably know. So it just allows more flexibility for the commissioners in either relocating a line, replacing a line, or repairing a line, using the same pot of money.
Then I'm just wondering if there's something specific on tap for that, so.
Sir?
Chris Turgeon, was there an original like relocation plan that was complete and now we're trying to widen, like that's the
Yeah.
reason for expanding the name on it?
No, for those of you that have been here the last few years and not the few years prior to that, we've gone through a series of housekeeping, cleaning up the capital reserve accounts because there were many, some were small, some had names that weren't appropriate anymore. In one case, there were two that sort of had the same purpose. So this is just continuation of the housekeeping to streamline, make things more simple, and give the commissioners more flexibility.
Follow up to that, would it make sense just to have a water and then a sewer capital reserve fund?
I would love
Instead
that.
of specific?
Yeah, I don't mean to talk out of turn. I would love that, but the Department of Revenue would not allow it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can only get so simple, and then they can start yelling at us and make us be a little bit complex.
I'm a lumper.
In other words, they don't believe in the KISS system.
No.
Well, it's state statute. It's got to be specific.
I know.
Yeah, all right.
Are there any further questions or any further discussion on Article 5? So in order to get a count for the vote, I suggest we do that in this room by raising our hand unless we want to have a standing vote. But all those in favor of Article 5 to change the name of a capital reserve account, please signify by raising your hand. Okay. All opposed? The vote is 13-0, so Article 5 passes. Article 6. To see if the district will vote to discontinue the collection system emergency repair capital reserve account created in 2015. Said funds with accumulated interest to date of withdrawal are to be transferred to the district's sewer general fund. Is there a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on Article 6?
Smells stinky to me.
Hearing no discussion, we'll bring it to a vote. All those in favor of Article 6 to discontinue the capital reserve fund signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Nay. Article 6 passes. This brings us to Article 7, to fund the operating budget, to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $2,812,020 for general district operations. This article does not include appropriations contained in special or individual articles addressed separately. This appropriation will be funded through income from departments and not taxation. The commission has recommended this appropriation. Is there a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Article 7 has been moved and seconded. Is there discussion on Article 7?
Chris Sturgeon again. Based on last year's meeting, does this include any of the payments for that or whatever we owed, our portion of the improvements bond or grant that we were getting?
I think I know what you mean. Would you like me to answer that question? The short answer is no, because we did not borrow any of that money, so there's no debt service built in. What the commission decided to do with that whole menu of projects was to move forward.
It's all or nothing, right?
Right. Well, all or nothing with the projects that were going to be funded by rural development, but we had some projects that would be funded by DES. And I'm happy to tell you that the board decided to go forward with the well at the Holderness Lower Fields. And we've been for 2 years doing exploratory drilling, testing, and we're on our way towards permitting, hopefully, all fingers crossed, to develop a new water source for the district. The total appropriation for that project is, right now, $3.3 million, of which the state is going to grant us up to 1.65, so half, 50% grant on that one, plus 10% loan reimbursement. So it's really a 60% grant for that project. And it's a low interest rate, it's 2.7, I think, 20 years. During the construction phase, we would pay 1% interest and only draw the money as we need to. I think that's all the detail. So the board decided to just go forward with one project, and you didn't ask me this, but our capital improvements program is going to be reestablished, revisited after that.
Over the course of the next year.
Next year.
Yes.
Is there further discussion on Article 7? Seeing, hearing none, we'll bring it to a vote. All those in favor of Article 7 to fund the operating budget signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Article 7 passes. Which brings us to the end of the warrant, and so the annual meeting is hereby adjourned.